Flame is exhausting, isn't it? Feeding it, maintaining it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 stars whose relationships destroyed their careers.
I don't need all the money. I don't need cars. I have love.
Why? Say it. Why?
My life sucks. All right? Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
For this list, we'll be looking at celebrities who saw their professional prospects dim after hooking up with another famous person. We're not saying these relationships were the sole cause of the career destruction, but that they likely at least had a notable effect. Some of these jilted lovers may have bounced back, but as long as their business got backburnered for any span of time, they're fair game. Do any of these limelight liaisons make you wince or wag your finger? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe. For years, she was Hollywood's rom-com heavyweight champion. Ryan claimed the title with her unforgettable performance in 1989's When Harry Met Sally.
You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you!
She tied the knot with Dennis Quaid in 1991, her co-star from 1987's Inner Space, which seemed fitting. Ryan continued to see success over the years with Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, and many others.
I lead a small life. Well, valuable but small. And sometimes I wonder, do I do it because I like it? Or because I haven't been brave?
Everything seemed like a fairy tale in public, though behind the scenes, Ryan's marriage had problems. When she started dating Russell Crowe, tabloids had a field day. The pair's film, Proof of Life, may have suffered at the box office as a result.
I have some really bad news. You want to go inside and sit down?
After 2004's Against the Ropes failed to connect with audiences, Ryan took a 3-year hiatus from acting altogether.
It is not an excuse, but it is an explanation.
Number 9, LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian. This country music siren was just a kid when she hit the big time with the release of her first studio album Blue in 1996. She won 2 Grammys the next year, cementing her status as a music industry maven, even though she wasn't old enough to drive. The Southern Belle branched out into acting with a straight-to-TV flick in 1997, but made the leap to the silver screen a few years later in Coyote Ugly.
Let's give a big Coyote welcome to LeAnn Rimes! You can try
A little over a decade later, her affair with actor Eddie Cibrian while filming a Lifetime movie put a serious dent in her wholesome image.
Flame is exhausting, isn't it? Feeding it, maintaining it.
The public shaming hurt her career, though her subsequent victory on The Masked Singer showed Rimes can still shine. Number 8, Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen.
I could not get a job. I couldn't even get a meeting with people, and I could not understand why my personal life would affect my career.
This stunning actor once seemed a possibility for an A-list career, though now her position in the alphabetic hierarchy of fame is somewhat lower. Her acting career began in the early 90s with a series of laughably bad films, including one where her boyfriend's brain ends up inside of a giant cybernetic dinosaur. A few years later, Richards' rise was kickstarted by her roles in Starship Troopers and Wild Things.
Sam, I miss you so much.
It culminated with her turn as a Bond girl in 1999, but after marrying Charlie Sheen in 2001, it was all downhill. The abusive relationship ended when she filed for divorce in 2006. Her career never reached the same heights, but she has managed to continue working steadily in film and television, but her star has definitely dimmed.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, there is no truth to that.
Number 7, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
You still alive, baby?
What can we say? Jolie was getting acting awards and generally slaying it before she hooked up with Brad Pitt. During their marriage, Jolie started testing her luck at directing. Since Mr. and Mrs. Smith, her on-screen performances have decreased, though she did hit the jackpot with her roles in Maleficent and Changeling.
They told me and all of you that this boy was my son. He was not my son. The LAPD made a mistake.
However, before that, she was pretty much in everything, including the crime thriller The Bone Collector and Girl Interrupted. While most fans hold her directing dreams accountable, we have to wonder how her movie career would have panned out had she and Brad Pitt not gotten together. Plus, it seems like the two have zero luck making movies together. Mr. and Mrs. Smith and By the Sea sadly weren't that good, and the latter performed embarrassingly at the box office.
Why? 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 Say it. Why?
Number 6, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck.
So, you are dating, huh?
Yeah, we've been found out.
Jenny from the Block burst into the public eye as a dancer for the early 90s sketch comedy series In Living Color. Her titular role in the 1997 musician biopic Selena cemented her fame.
Maybe I just feel like I could do anything. I want the whole world dancing to my music and wearing my clothes.
She continued to slay on screen, battling snakes, bank robbers, and a serial killer's subconscious. Her music career took off with her first studio album On the Six in 1999. This double threat was riding high until hooking up with Ben Affleck. Dubbed Benifer, the couple's 2003 comedy Gigli bombed hard.
It's turkey time.
Huh?
Gobble, gobble.
J-Lo found it difficult to brush off the box office stink, eventually entering a professional rough patch. Despite this, the beauty from the Bronx battled back to the top, becoming a judge for American Idol and starring in 2019's Hustlers. Number 5, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. She may have always loved Flash B, but fans didn't feel the same way. Houston was a musical prodigy from a young age. In addition to powerful pipes, she had model-level good looks and plenty of charisma. Hits like Saving All My Love for You, Greatest Love of All, and many more dominated charts and hearts for decades. After joining with Brown in holy matrimony in 1992, her personal life and spouse's legal troubles started stealing the spotlight.
You had a lot of people antagonizing and trying to pull at us one wave to another, you know, pull at me, pull at him.
By the early 2000s, the singer's albums no longer dominated charts in the same way, but her marriage still grabbed headlines. Brown was charged with battery against Houston, and some fans felt he was a destructive influence.
I don't need money. I don't need cars. I have love.
Her husband's reality TV show didn't help, as it portrayed Houston negatively, but Houston bounced back a few years later before tragically passing away. Number 4, Britney Spears and Kevin Federline. This pop star's downward spiral may have begun with her 55-hour-long marriage to Jason Allen Alexander. But oops, she did it again when tying the knot with Kevin Federline after dating for just 3 months. To make matters worse, Federline's ex was pregnant with his child at the time, which was not a great look. Not content with his new wife's fame and fortune, the pair appeared in a short-lived reality TV show about their relationship.
So, I mean, it worked out. It worked out pretty good.
I think we did good, baby.
After their divorce, Spears experienced some very public difficulties, culminating with her infamous head-shaving incident.
They asked why she wanted to shave her head, and she said, "I don't want anyone touching me. I'm tired of everybody touching me."
She's now recovered with a sold-out residency in Las Vegas, but the 2007 breakdown continues to mar her career.
Her recent behavior has many people asking, is Britney Spears going out of control?
Number 3, Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise.
Okay, maybe, just maybe there is another part of me, another girl that lives deep inside of me, and maybe every once in a while she lets loose and does things that might blow some people's minds.
She played America's Girl Next Door on Dawson's Creek, until landing the real-life role of Tom Cruise's wife in 2006. However, shortly before that, she did manage to snag a prominent part in Christopher Nolan's 2005 movie Batman Begins.
Bruce?
Rachel?
I'd heard you were back.
Despite the film's success, she decided not to participate in the sequel, which we're sure had nothing to do with her co-star famously modeling his American Psycho character on Cruise's mannerisms.
What? No, put it in the carton.
Some fans speculated Cruise and the birth of their daughter Suri played a part in her several years-long hiatus from acting. Whatever the case, she's been staying busy since, with parts in everything from The Giver to Coda. Number 2, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. Nirvana's frontman had a marriage as famous as it was toxic. The 90s, Sid and Nancy first met in Portland, Oregon, with Love playing the pursuer. Cobain eventually gave in to her advances, and the pair had a romantic Hawaii wedding in 1992, roughly half a year after the band's breakout album Nevermind was released. Though the bride wore a dress once belonging to a famous actress, the groom opted for the more casual attire of green pajamas. This inauspicious beginning was not the first warning sign for the self-destructive duo.
Snake dancing across the stage to go singing Nazareth songs.
Their battles with substance abuse were well documented, and being together may have exacerbated their problem. Cobain's marriage ended with his tragic death in 1994, causing millions of fans across the country and world to mourn his loss.
The scene at the vigil was somewhere between a funeral and a rock concert. It was the oddest feeling.
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher. After her marriage to a much younger actor, this Hollywood star hasn't risen again.
I really know that there are parts of what occurred with this relationship ending that were a level of devastating for me that wasn't really just about that relationship. It was really about my whole life.
Kris Humphries and Kim Kardashian. He's one baller who never quite bounced back from his reality TV marriage.
In accord with the laws of the state of California, I pronounce you husband and wife. Kris, you may kiss your bride.
Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. This blonde bombshell's rocky marriage to the Motley Crue drummer was overexposed. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Sorry. I didn't realize anyone was there. I thought it was just floating.
Mutual career destruction was the outcome of this power couple's split. A lot of this was down to Depp's fame and their messy divorce, which ended with Heard alleging domestic assault. She was on her way up when she landed what seemed like a dream job starring opposite Depp in The Rum Diary. However, her acting career was eclipsed shortly after the pair started dating. Even her role as a superheroine and undersea royalty got washed away by their very messy divorce.
You know, I don't even know your name.
It's Princess Yumira Shabella Chala. You may call me Mira.
The acrimonious breakup dragged on in the courts and tabloids for years. Nowadays, Heard is still acting, but she might have been an even bigger star had she never waded into the deep end with Depp.
But for both of them, this has been a damaging exercise. So whoever emerges the winner, there's been a lot of dirty laundry aired and a lot of damage done to reputations on both sides.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.